Hello guys, I'm so excited to present my second video tutorial. Today you're gonna learn basic formulas, absolute, relative, and mixed cell references, and examples about the most common functions in Excel. Let's get started. A formula is an expression which calculates the value of a cell. Functions are predefined formulas already available in Excel. Every formula starts with an equal sign, then the operation or name of the formula. Example 5 plus 5. If we want to make that calculation, we have to use the equal sign, type 5 plus 5, and we're gonna get the result. Or we can use the sum function, equal sum, open parentheses, type whatever number you want to calculate, comma, and whatever the other number is, close parentheses, and you get your result. We want to calculate the total cells here. So we select the cell where we want the result and type equal sum, open parentheses, select the data you want to calculate, close parentheses, and press enter. The shortcut for this would be Alt equal. Make sure it's pointing to the data you want to calculate and press enter. Excellent. We have some more examples. Let's talk about VLOOKUP. VLOOKUP stands for vertical lookup, and one of the limitations is that the lookup value has to be on the right side of the lookup table. We use this function to search for a value on a table or data set based on a unique identifier. For example, we are looking for the ID of the city, in this case OKC, but it could be any other city. I will select the cell and type equals VLOOKUP, open parentheses, select the cell where my lookup value is, select the table or range. In the case of VLOOKUP, the range needs to start on the column where the lookup value is, and the resulting value needs to be somewhere in the right. So I'm going to start from the city column and go all the way to the last value on the table. Now type comma and type the index of the column you're searching for. You start counting from the right of the table. The ID is in the second column, so we type 2 and comma. Specify if the range lookup is approximate match or exact match. We're not gonna go into details here, but we want to use exact match because we want to look for exactly this city, not any approximation. Approximate match is used often for numbers, and we'll talk about that in another video. For the last part, type false, close parentheses, and press enter. Now you can verify that the formula is working and do some testing. So OKC is CID-22. Let's see, San Antonio is CID 55. And now let's see Boston. Boston is CID-99. That's perfect. So before we continue with more formulas, I want to address cell references. We can have relative, absolute, and mixed references. Here are examples of each type. I'm going to reference cell A4. And I will then drag to the right using the fill handle. Just point to the lower right corner on the cell, click and drag. Then let's drag it down too. Now double click the last cell and verify our references, and you will notice that it is moving relatively, always pointing to the cell on the left in this example. Let's talk about absolute references. I will now reference the cell A4 using equal A4. But now I will lock the cell by typing the $sign in front of the letter A for the column and another $sign in front of the 4 for the row number. Let's also drag it to the side and down. Then double click on the last cell and see our reference. As you can see, the cell stays locked no matter where we move our formula. Finally, we have mixed references. These are used to lock the row or the column by typing the $sign in the right of the reference. For example, we are going to reference cell A12. and lock the column A, but not the row 12. So when I drag to the side, the A will stay. But when I drag down, the 12 will change to 13, 14, 15, and so on. We can combine these references for calculations, and here is when we can notice the importance of the cell references. Let's reference A4 and multiply it by K4, drag it to the side and down. If we double click the last cell, we'll see that because it is a relative, the K4 moved to L8. Same if you do absolute reference. It is convenient in this case to use mixed reference or a combination of both. Let's continue with more formula examples where we need to apply this knowledge. The next formula is SUMIFs, one of the most used formulas in Excel. We want to sum the total cells by region. So like every formula, we'll start with an equal sign, type SUMIFs, open parenthesis, select the sum range, comma, then select the criteria range. This is where the region column is for this example. And I'm going to make a mistake here so you can figure it out later. But let's continue and select the criteria. Our criteria is region, so it is the cell on the side. Press enter and drag down the formula using the fill handle. If you double click on the last cell, you will notice that our cell references all went down. So we are not getting the right answers. In order for the formula to work, we need to make the sum and criteria ranges absolute references. Let's do it. So the sum range, we're gonna hit F4 to lock it, select the criteria range, hit F4 to lock it, Control enter and drag it down. Let's verify again by selecting the last cell, and now you can see that it's working. Voila! Our last example is average ifs, and we're going to use the same pattern as our last one. So select the cell and type equals average ifs, open parenthesis, select the average range, and press F4 to lock it. Comma, select the criteria range, and then F4 to lock it, comma. What is our criteria? Well, the criteria is the region. So in this case, it's the cell on the side, G24. Close parenthesis and press enter. You can also drag it down, and there you will have it. The link of this file is on the comments of the video, so you can just download it and practice. Please let me know your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe if you like it.